What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. I'm out here getting these donuts. What up, kid? Gravity. Yo, I ain't forgot about you. Yo, we gonna get together and do something, y'all. Hope you're having a good Monday. I'm out making got a few deliveries to make to some customers. Uh, delivering some floor protection. Hey, don't forget Thursday at 7 p.m. the Grifties will be airing on the Hotep Nation YouTube channel. Again, the Grifties will be airing on the Hotep Nation YouTube channel, so don't forget about that. One in the chat if y'all can hear me okay. Sometimes this truck be loud as a mud. Anyway, how many of y'all seen that trending topic with that's what's up. What up, Wax? What up, Derek? Yo, how many of y'all seen that shit going around with Tom Hanks doing the public service announcement for Joe Nicholslip and his administration? Y'all see that nonsense? That shit is crazy to me. The funny part is that the Simpsons called that shit. What was the how that shit go? Hi, my name is Tom Hanks, and the United States has lost their credibility, so they decided to borrow some of mine. Like, and now what? 15 years later, you got Tom Hanks doing a public service announcement, trying to convince people that everything all good. Meanwhile, people got to make life decisions either at the pump or at the grocery store right now. Shit crazy out in these streets. Shit crazy in these streets. You know what I mean? I just sold my truck up again today. You know what I mean, just filled my truck up again today. Another $150. And I have to do that every couple of days. Luckily, we're making the money that's needed to do so. But a lot of people ain't that lucky. You feel me? They just go to show you that that's what they do. They try to use star power because that's what they think that we want. They think we want to see star power or all these so-called celebrities validate our validate you know that they're doing what they're supposed to do, and take our mind off of the real issues at hand. You know, they had the lady on there that I guess she got the Yamin back during old Donnie T's administration, but they put her out there and they touting her around like they was the ones that did it. You know what I mean? And that nobody got that Yamin during Donnie T's administration. You feel me? That's how they do. Everything's a distraction. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, Russia getting ready to go put hands on the Ukraine. You got Joe Nicholslip up there talking about, and they asked him, if Russia decides to invade Ukraine, what are you prepared to do? He basically like, well, it depends on how hard they go. You know what I mean? Like basically giving Putin and them the green light. I mean, this shit crazy. But how for me, I'm like, yo, let them let them fend for themselves, yo. But we ain't got nothing going on overseas right now, in Redactistan and all that other stuff. So, we a war economy, so we need another one. And even if we decide to stay out of it, they're gonna find a way to get us back in that mud. I mean, they're gonna find a way to put us back in there for real. It's gonna be some craziness like, well, Russia's invaded the Ukraine. Are you gonna help? Nah, we good. So what would it take for y'all to go in there and help them, you know, fight Russia? What would happen if Russia, uh, I don't know, hit the United States embassy or something? Oh, we'll have to get involved. Next thing you know, somebody that clacked off a bomb or something at an embassy. Next thing you know, we back in another war. You know how it go. You know how all those them flags go. You know how they all go. Look at the babies in the incubator, the Lusitania. You know what I mean? The Gulf of Tonkin. These was all these ain't conspiracy theories either. These all came out to be you know them flags of the false variety and fugazis. They all came out in history to be that, and that they was just a way for us to get drawn into another one. You feel me? You know, some people would argue that Pearl Harbor was the same way. I mean, but we'll see how this goes. I'm sure they're gonna try to draw our attention away from it. You know, what I mean, until they figure out what they're gonna do, and then by the time we realize what's happening, we're gonna be back at it. And I mean, like I said, we're a war economy, so that's how that should go. That's how that should go. You know what I mean, but in other news, so Unc was talking about it yesterday. You got Patriot Front down there out this bitch doing some impromptu acting. That's what it looked like to me. I don't care what nobody say, yo. If you believe the shit that you see coming off of, they made an announcement and blah 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 blah. I'm like, yo, who leaked it? You know what I mean? Who leaked it? Was it one? Was it one of those? Was it one of the informants that's embedded in the group, quote unquote? You know what I mean? Like, it's just funny to me. Like, come on. Like, if you couldn't look at that video and see that that was some nonsense, like they just immediately stopped. They ain't asked like, "Hey, did you stop recording? Hey, are we still recording?" They just said what they said, and then they just went into their whole spiel. It's man, if that shit ain't going to doctor y'all, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. That shit was the worst. All of their videos is the worst. They look like they used to work at Circuit City back in like the early 2000s. That's what they look like to me. Like it's ridiculous. Patriot Front. Come on. Like Bill Coop said, he put it in there. It was one of the receipts in the book. I think it was chapter 6. If you go to chapter 6 and Behold a Pale Horse, I mean, you'll see it. It'll be a time when the men and women of the United States will be told that the biggest threat to the United States is its own patriots. The men and women willing to fight for the Constitution. And look what they're doing right now. Look what they're doing right now. They demonize anybody that want to uphold the Constitution, anybody that want the freedom of speech and freedom of expression, anybody that want the Second Amendment, the right to privacy, the whole shebang bang. You know what I mean? They demonizing everybody that want that. Saying they're not being progressive. We need to change these things. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, one of my homegirls sent me an article. She out in Cali for real, and she was like, "Yo, check this shit out." Allegedly, some teacher out there, is alleged that she's being, I guess, sued by the parents or charged because she coerced a kid into changing their gender or some shit like that. Shit getting wild, man. Shit getting wild. You know, you got that. You got, I think it was a year ago, not even a year ago, where they had that. I want to say Lucas, Amazing Lucas did the video on it, which blew my mind. You know what I mean? Where they had it where the kids, like they had some kind of like public service announcement, or like one of them after school special type situations where they telling these kids in elementary school, like kindergartners and first graders, it's all right to fucking touch yourself and rub on yourself and shit, and it feels good and all this other stuff. These kids that don't need to have that shit put in their mind right now. You know what I mean? They doing too much. You know what I mean? They trying to change the, they trying to re-terraform, the United States and these other countries. They're trying to brainwash and influence the next generation coming up, and that's what's happening. You know what I mean? It's gonna come down to a point where we're gonna have to make a choice, people. You know, it's gonna get too, is it gonna get too crazy to the point where you have to pull your kids from school and homeschooling? You know what I mean? Because not only do you have these crazy curriculums that they're trying to do, like CRT and shit like that. You already know that. Yeah, I mean that round trip. The layover going to be a part of your kid's schedule next year. You know what I mean? Not even next year, this year. let's say the next school semester or next school year, which what September or August. So let's say come August, they're gonna force you to get your kids with that round trip. You know what I mean? And it's gonna come down. You gonna do it, or you gonna buck the system. You know what I mean? You already got enough adults having issues with the yamming. You know what I mean? You got all these high level athletes having complications with their heart, kicking the bucket, shit like that. What's it gonna take? You know what I mean? What up, James? We're just shooting the breeze, yo. Wax. It was so blatantly fake. It was like a parody. That's exactly what I thought, yo. I thought some people just was acting like them. You know what I mean? What up, Jay? Yeah, everything good, yo. We everything got squared away. Hey, yo, if y'all haven't yet, head on over to my channel. Check out the Hotep movie reviews. Me and Jay do movie reviews every week. Um, Supposed to have one up and running today, but I had some issues I had to take care of yesterday. So we'll have it up for y'all sometime today or tomorrow. Um, but go check that out. Wax. A lot of people don't even trust that dude. I know, right? I don't think his son. I don't even think his son trusts him. You feel me? I mean, but it's a lot going on, man. Like I told Unc yesterday, I'm in the market. You know what I mean? And it's like the third week in a row, just stuff getting more and more expensive, man. You know, one week I go to the market, I spent $60 on nothing. The next week I go to the market, I get the same stuff essentially. You know what I mean? For the most part, the kids eat the same thing. I eat pretty much the same thing, stuff like that. Especially now that I'm trying to get this weight off. You know what I mean? $80 last week. You know what I mean? In the market for nothing, basically, 10, 12 items. I go yesterday, me and my daughter, $120. And $120 for nothing, man. I had nothing in my car essentially. You know what I mean? It's like it seemed like prices have doubled, in the market, and it's to the point where it's like, yo, it seemed like it's cheaper to eat out now than it is to go to the market and make your own meals. You know what I mean? It used to be cheaper to do that. Like, why am I gonna go eat out when I can just go make a pot of spaghetti, or I can make some chili, or you know what I mean, or roast or something that's gonna last me a few days. When I could just go and go do that. But now it's like shit. I made a chili 2 weeks ago, and the ingredients for the chili was like $40, $50 by itself. Something that normally would have been like $25 worth of ingredients for a chili. You know what I mean? I wanted to do a little seafood boil this weekend. That shit was done. I wasn't doing that. For me to do a little bullshit seafood boil, some crawfish, you know what I mean, some crab legs, some shrimp, you know what I mean, some oysters and shit like that. Stuff that would have cost me might have been like maybe, I don't know, $40, $50 for four people. You know what I mean? I was looking at damn near $200 just to do that. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna chill on that. Here in Baltimore and Maryland, we got the crabs. You know what I mean? Crabs is fucking through the roof now. You know what I mean? Certain places, like if you want a dozen crabs, you looking like $80, $90 a dozen. For like some mediums. You know what I mean? If you're a crab eater, mediums is okay. You know what I mean? But like for some mediums, you're looking at like 80, 90 a dozen. It's crazy. It's the inflation is real. You know, and like we seen the writing on the wall a long time ago. I got a couple videos you can go back and check out where I said, "Yo, get your food stores together. Shit gonna get crazy." You know what I mean? And that's where we at right now. I think it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Especially since it's not only we got inflation going on, we got a supply chain problem. And I think that the supply chain problem is by the design simply because, I mean, we ain't got no drivers. They wanna start mandating the YME, trying to get people all hemmed up. And, we got drivers saying no, fuck it. Yeah, y'all, it's crazy, bro. John Stockton telling facts, y'all. What up, DMW, man?